This is Coogan Cassius for Eiffel TV. We're at a press day here for Call of Duty Ghost Devastation. With me, I've got world title challenger George Groves. How have you found the day today?
It's been great. I've been playing Call of Duty. It's good fun.
You look like you're right getting into it.
Yeah, I was getting into it. You know, don't like to lose. It's like a team game, so my teammates just weren't good enough most of the time. And when they swapped teammates and those new teammates weren't good enough, you know, I was an excellent gamer and I only lost a couple of times.
This is explaining, obviously, there was other celebrities, if you like, here. Dizzy Rascal was here.
Yeah.
Lewis Bloor was here from Towie, and there was a few other people there. So you were sort of going head to head with these guys.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the first game was head to head with Dizzy, and I beat him. That was good. We met before. We trained together in the gym, and that he's a competitive guy, talented guy, and managed to get the win.
Have you played this game before, Call of Duty?
Yeah, of course. I play it all the time.
This is an extension to the version, I believe. This Devastation.
Yeah, this is like an extension to Ghost, Call of Duty Ghost, and so you got new maps, new weapons, new levels, if you will. So it's for the gamers, the ones that are maybe clocked the Ghost game, and this is an extension.
Are you a bit of a computer game geek at home? Do you sit there online playing other weirdos from around the world?
No, I don't have online gaming. I wish I did. Just to get my trash talk up. Do you know what I mean? These days, apparently, these little Japanese kids, these little Americans, got the best trash talk ever. So I should really get online and get involved and sharpen my tools.
Trash talking's alright though, isn't it?
Hey, I've never trash talked in my life. I just tell it as it is. That's it.
A few weeks since now, the infamous press conference it is now. So you're deep into training, and we're about 2 months roughly away from the fight. So what sort of stage are you at now?
Yeah, I'm in good shape. If I compare myself to last camp, 8-9 weeks out where we're at now, I just moved gym and settled with a new trainer and had work to be done. So I'm much in a far better place this time. I've already got great work banked already. We've been working on a strategy. We've been working on many things. I'm settled with the team I'm at. I'm settled in the gym. Everything's nice and bubbling over well, and we're in a good place.
Have you got like a in-house editor part of your team? Because these videos coming out, or you're tweeting out, I'm not saying that you've ever anything to do with them, but the ones you're tweeting out seem very precisely and accurately done.
Yeah, well, everyone's a talented something or other these days, and many people you wouldn't imagine have computer skills and can throw together videos and pictures and the rest of it. But people send me links, and if it's funny, it gets reposted, and there's been a few funny ones of late. The one to check out, obviously, the one you do really quite sus, which is the COBRA versus the MONGOOSE. And we're Team MONGOOSE this time. Anyone who don't know much about a MONGOOSE, you should YouTube COBRA versus MONGOOSE and watch the 1:57 video clip of the COBRA versus the MONGOOSE. And then you can see the adapted version where it's Team FROCH the COBRA against Team GROVES the MONGOOSE. And the rest you'll figure out yourselves.
I watched the MONGOOSE versus the COBRA yesterday, and I found it quite entertaining.
Good, I'm glad.
Are you denying that this has got anything to do with you, like as in the production of these videos?
I have not made those videos. I am not that tech savvy to do it. I don't have enough time to do it, to be honest, Coogan. But people do send me links. There's no one on the payroll to do it. Maybe they're just fans of mine. Maybe they're people that don't like the FROCH. Who knows? Maybe both. But I get the links to little videos, and they do make me chuckle. So I like to spread the joy and try and make a few other people laugh. And so far, they've been well received. You yourself even said that.
All the videos actually that have come via your Twitter, I admit, are very entertaining. So
brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Since the press conference, there was a plan to do kind of a media tour. I don't really know what's going on with it, so I don't know if you spoke to Eddie or not about this, but Are you encouraging this situation where you and Carl were sort of brought together so many times before the fight?
No, not at all. I mean, I texted Eddie straight after the press conference the first time saying we sold out the tickets. You know, what's for the press tour? Do you know what I mean? First of all, Carl can't, look after himself. He feels he has to now put his hands on me, and that's out of order. That needs to be addressed. We mentioned it to the border control, got nothing back from them as usual. I think they got, well, don't worry, we'll look into it. I don't care whether he pushes me or not. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me, but where does it stop? Is he going to try and swing a punch next time? Well, if he can't hold it together and he's supposed to be a professional, he's supposed to be a seasoned world champion, it says a lot about him. But the reason there has been no press tour is because it's unneeded, and mostly because Carl Froch doesn't want it. He can't spend any waking moment around me. By all accounts, I've heard him say in interviews now that he's seeing a sports psychologist, which I find fascinating, because before the first fight, when the media asked Robert McCracken, how do you think Carl's doing with the mind games? The guy who's head of GB boxing, who works with the Olympic squad, who has all the resources possible, says, I don't know about mind games, as if they don't exist. But now he's encouraging his fighter to go see a sports psychologist, when really he needs to see a psychiatrist, a quack, as Paddy likes to put it. And there's nothing that can help him really, and he's just given away far too much in the build up to this fight, and just in general that he can't cope. He's not coping. He can't even do the face-off, like I said. So first time for the first fight, we go face-off. He has a set rehearsed mouthful that he gives me. Plenty to say, plenty of bravado. This time round, can't even look at me. He's got nothing to say. Very sort of unengaging in the press conference. Talks about holidays and nappies and other things that, this is a sport. You don't want Alex Ferguson sitting down, after Man United had won the league and saying, I'm going to go and change some nappies. No, you're not. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about sport. This is what it's about. And he's just trying to take his mind off everything else apart from boxing these days. And that's a terrible, terrible situation to be in, because ahead of him he's got me, and he's got a huge fight, which could potentially be the biggest fight in British boxing history. And if he wants to bow out after this fight, which I'm sure he will, surely he wants to go out and give it a good effort, instead of at the moment burying his head in the sand.
Did you come away from that day at the press conference aggravated by that push?
No, of course not. Not at all. It wasn't aggravated at all. And if you watch it back, I think it might be your video that sums it up the best, is that I totally control that situation, whether people believe it or not. Carl Froch pushes me. I expected more from him, and to be honest, I didn't expect him to push me because I thought he was a professional. So I almost paused for a second to look at him. He does nothing, he follows it up. His brother starts piping up, so I tell him to calm down. Then I ask Carl, are you going to be professional? Are you not? Then I ask Eddie, are you going to sort your boy out? Because Eddie stands there twiddling his thumbs, looking at the stars, and then Carl Froch says something else, and I go back to engaging because he doesn't make sense. And for me, I controlled that situation. Yeah, I'm the challenger off the back of a loss with no promoter and self-managed, and yet I seem to be having it all my own way. I forced Carl Froch into this fight, and he doesn't want to have this fight. Openly said he doesn't want to have this fight. He can't even hear my name without blowing his lid. Robert McCracken, straight after the post-fight press conference at the last fight, said this wasn't a fight I wanted, and yet we got this fight again. He's got to come to London and fight in my hometown. When have you ever seen a challenger have it so much his own way? And this is just the beginning. There's so much more to it. We follow each other on Twitter, and we send each other messages now and again, little inboxes. But now he's unfollowed me. He doesn't respond to any of my messages. I can't send him any messages. Then when I tweet publicly, he doesn't go on Twitter anymore. This is not to engage him or aggravate him. It's just to let him know that we're here. We're gonna have a fight. If you one day Eddie keeps talking about how we're antagonising each other on Twitter, you can read the messages. Nothing antagonising comes from me. Nothing aggressive or offensive or personal or anything like that. Before the fight, I was saying let's meet up and discuss and get this fight sorted. Let's cut out the middlemen, because I felt he was trying to price himself out of the fight and was hiding behind the likes of Eddie Hearn and the rest of them. And then since the fight's been made, tweeted him once or twice saying 10 weeks to go and that, and so far I've been unfollowed. So
the Lee Frotch situation, obviously, Lee Frotch has played some sort of role in this build-up, whether it's irrelevant or relevant, that's for people to decide. But has he got into your head at all during this whole build-up?
no, of course not. He feels he's playing a vital role, and whether he thinks he's in my head or not, it doesn't really matter because it's down to me. I engage him when I feel it's necessary to engage him, and when it's not. Ultimately, he's walking a fine line of he wants his 15 minutes of fame. Probably that's his most important thing. But secondly, he wants to protect his little brother Carl. And he feels that he's in a prime position now to kill two birds with one stone. He's already said to you guys that, he's back in the gym now with Carl, whatever that means. So is he running the show? Is he holding pads? Is he sparring? What is he doing for Carl that Rob McCracken don't do now? Lee is a fascinating character, and I think the more we see of him, the more it explains about Carl. The way Carl, and I've said it since day one, has insecurities. He's not a confident person. He doesn't have genuine belief. Doesn't have self-belief in his boxing like I do. I think he's not even a warrior. He's been labelled a warrior, but he doesn't fight like a warrior. He stands in the corner like a little lost sheep, surrounded by his trainers and brothers and cousins and entourages before a fight. If he was a warrior, he'd be standing at the front, waving his spear, waiting ready to go charging in. He's not that sort of fighter. He's like a cat. It's a cat. You trap a cat, you box it into a corner and it'll lash out. That's all he is. This fight will be exactly the same as the last fight.
Are you bothered about him being at press situations, etc., weighing? Are you bothered about him being there?
I'm bothered that he started shouting abuse, and Sky Sports News had to cut the live feed because they were worried of things that Carl Froch's brother was going to say live on air, and that's detrimental to the fight. It's detrimental to the promotion, and ultimately will cost the fighters money, and will cost the promotion money, and will cost the Sky Television money. Will cost everyone problems and aggravation, and for that he should at least be clipped round the ear. Or someone should tell him, behave yourself, otherwise you're not going to come back. Whether Eddie Hearn's got the minerals to do that. He's supposed to be the boss. He's supposed to be the guy who's promoting this show. So far, all he's done is sit there and really mediate between the pair of us, and he hasn't really stepped up to the mark, I think, and addressed them sort of situations, and been the boss, really. It's all well and good saying this fight sells itself. It's a big fight, yeah, sure, let the fighters do the talking, but ultimately, if he wants to sit at the top table, Eddie needs to make the right decisions. So far, Carl Froch, his brother Lee, is in many ways being detrimental to the fight, and because of that, he needs to at least have his wings clipped. But ultimately, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less about him. If he wants to spend his £15 and get the bus down from Nottingham, so be it. Apparently, he's coming to Swindon this weekend because I'm at a show. We'll see if he does or not. It's all talk.
Okay. Just finally, news come out yesterday that James DeGALE has been made mandatory to the WBC title with Sakau Bika. There was talk about him going the IBF route, which means that he would have been in line to face the winner of you and Carl. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Congratulations to DeGALE. It's a hard slog to get to a mandatory position. I know it, and I'm an exciting, popular fighter. So God knows how he's managed to do it. Being a boring, negative personality and fighter to boot. I wish him the best of luck. I hope he beats Beaker. I think if he boxes how he's boxed the last year and a half, he won't. But I wish him the best of luck. If he does, then that's a massive unification fight in Britain again down the line with my two new belts fighting James DeGALE if he manages to win and pick up the WBC. So fascinating situation. I think I wish him the best of luck. I think he's got a tough time because Beaker's tough. He's old, he's long in the tooth, but he's ignorant in that he's roughhouse. He fights. He's not frightened of anyone. And DeGale's never really done well with fighters of late that have put it on him, so to speak. And so he needs to work on a few things. But if he gets it right, he'll win. Fingers crossed for him. I hope he gets it, and we can set up a super fight down the line.
All right, George. Listen, thanks for taking your
No
time
worries,
to talk to us, and I hope you had a good day here today playing computer games.
Yeah.
Bit of a break, isn't it?
Yeah, why not, eh? Jeez.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
indeed.
Well, I'm sure I'll catch up with you in the build up to the fight. So
Yeah, man.
hope everything goes well with training.
Cool. Thank you very
All
much,
right.
Coogan.
Coogan Cassius here with George Groves for IFL TV. Thank you very much.